All right, let's take a look at the template-specific display options available in Focus. We're going to go to the Content and Display options. And these template-specific options are under the third set here called Posts and Pages. And we start with the Blog and Archives template. Now these two are lumped together because they're essentially the same type of presentation. We'll take a look at that now. So your blog template is the default template that appears on every, the homepage of WordPress websites. It's a blog style template. It's showing my most recent posts, and then you got links to go back through the, older posts in your archive. And so it's just, it's not, instead of being, one post, it's multiple posts on a page. And then your archives templates are exactly the same sort of scenario. Now, the blog template has some extras on it in Focus, namely a text box you can deploy before all the posts that we saw here. So I'll show you what that does. We can choose a text box. And now we have a text box up here above the posts that appear on that page. Now this is perfect for highlighting specific pieces of content and conveying links to stuff you want people to see. It's perfect for introducing yourself or some concept. It's a good place to put any information you really want people to see. So after you enable this text box before posts, you can scroll down to the bottom of the content options and you will see text box before blog. You can click on that and actually edit what you're going to end up with here. So we can put some stuff in there. Hey, look at this. And we've got a couple more options. So you can disable automatic P tags. So any text you place in here is going to be formatted just like a WordPress post. So if you did this second sentence would be wrapped in P tags, and so with this first sentence, maybe you don't want that. You can disable that so that you get the exact output you want. That's kind of an advanced thing, but for now we'll just stick with this. And you can also change the display style of this text box. You can make it an alert, a box, or a note. We'll make this one an alert just for fun so you can see what it does. We will save it. And boom, now we have a call out, is what this type of thing is called, a pretty visible call out that appears above our posts on the blog template. All right, let's keep on jamming here for blog and archives template. So now we can say what kind of blog, we can choose the blog presentation style. The classic presentation style is just your posts one after the other, and then you can go back through them. Focus gives you the ability to have a list of links instead. Let's see what that looks like. Boom, so it's just links to and these are the titles of each post, and then you can go back through the hierarchy. This is interesting because it's just a concise way to deliver essentially the same thing. I've been playing around with this sort of presentational format more and more these days. I really like it. You don't have any duplicate content appearing on homepage and then interior site pages. And it just the conciseness of it is really great. I think it speaks to the rise of mobile environments where we don't want to force people to scroll through miles and miles of stuff to make decisions. So this is a cool option to have for your blog style templates. So if we go back to the classic display style, we can choose, for example, what appears in our bylines. So these guys here, this is a byline. And we can choose the specific elements that appear there: author, author avatar, date, number of comments, categories, tags, and an edit link. And then we can choose how we display the content. Right now I'm showing full content, but you'll notice these links to continue reading. What's that about? There's a feature in WordPress known as the More tag, and you can subdivide your content and say that, hey, this first section is the intro section. Everything that occurs after the More tag is the meat. We don't show any of the meat on the blog page. That's what that is for. Or you can change it to excerpts if you want. If you've been running your site that way, this is just an easy way to kind of continue to do what you've been doing. Got other items there like the WordPress featured image. I think you probably want to display that no matter what. And then last but not least, you can choose the archive style. Let's take a look at that real quick. So the current archive style I'm using here is the focus default. And the focus default is just a list of links, just like this, just like I showed you with the blog page option. If you want, you can make your archive pages mimic your exact settings for your blog style page. You just would choose the archive style of blog, or the blog archive style, and then we could save it. I'll show it to you real quick as proof of concept. There it is. So then our posts display like that. I'm a big fan of the list of links style, and that, like I said, that's the focus default. So you may just want to stick with that if you're into the minimalist thing. Next we have posts, and you have similar controls that we had with the blog page. Look at this. So here is a post, a single entry type page, and then here we got our headline, we've got our byline, WordPress featured image, and then our content, and then some comments. You can control everything that appears in the byline through these options, and then you can choose to display a WordPress featured image or not. Another thing that Focus does is it gives you the ability to deploy an author description, which is cool for multi-author sites sometimes, and also previous and next post links. We'll take a look at those, and I'll explain each one. So here is the author description. This author description text is pulled from your profile, or the current author's profile in the WordPress admin. And we will see that it comes from this field right here, the biographical info field, and then your profile picture is served through the Gravatar service, which is linked to your email. Now, we will go back here, and the last thing, we'll look at the previous next post links. This is a legacy display style for WordPress, essentially. So themes that were developed, 10 plus years ago would have forward and backwards links, or previous post, next post links at the bottom of single entry blog post pages. And Focus allows you to deploy that if you want. I think it's kind of legacy of the past. I see no reason to do that. People don't really traverse in that way. That's not a meaningful traversal of a site, but you can do it if that's what you want to do. The next thing is pages, and we actually have quite a few different page templates available, or to think about with Focus. You've got basic pages, same sort of options that we've seen. We've got a front page. So the front page is if you are running a static front page on your WordPress website, you get a specialized template known as the front page template with Focus, and you can customize what displays on that template. You can conceal the headline in this case if you want. Some people want to do that. Then you've got the WordPress featured image, and also an optional author description there as well. Next we have the focus page. Let's see a focus page. Here's a focus page right here. It's a different presentational style on this custom template. And let's see what we can do with that. With the focus page, you can control what appears in the byline, and again, you've got some extended stuff to choose from. And then, last but not least, we have a focused landing custom template style. Let's see that. Now, the Focus Landing Custom Template is designed for you to deploy on landing pages, and what's unique about landing pages relative to other pages on your site is that you don't want to provide people a way out of those pages. As you can see here, there's no header, there's no navigation menu, it's just the content. In fact, there's no footer at the bottom. This is just a perfectly formatted column of text in the middle of the page. On mobile, it shrinks up and just takes up the whole width of the your mobile device, but this is a super streamlined, super awesome way to deploy landing pages on your website. And you can control the stuff that appears on that. There's less stuff on a Focus Landing template, so therefore there's fewer options for you to choose from. There is that. And then after pages, we have comments, and you can enable comments on both posts and pages by default. Comments are not enabled on pages in Focus, but you can enable those with one click, no problem. And then you can also choose to show what displays within a particular comment. So, for example, we have an author, comment to author, the date of the comment, or timestamp for the comment, the avatar, and then some links at the bottom, the content, of course, and then links. We can... there's also an intro to comments. That's this thing up here. We can obscure that if we want. And we can kill the comment author avatar, my goodness. And also the date if we want. So you have control over those basic items. And that covers the basic elements of the display options in the Focus Scan.